y'all know. It's always something. All right.
Woo!
How's it looking over there, Bo?
So as it's looking right now, Biden has Pennsylvania in his pocket. Texas looking good. We got New Hampshire, Ohio, North Carolina. North Carolina. Did y'all hear me say North Carolina? Ohio. He has a 300, wait, look at this. 38 electoral votes from Texas. That's with a 65% estimated vote count. 83,000. Nah, that's not too good. It's still pretty close. But still, to have Texas in the blue, crazy.
So
nobody cares
Shutt,
about New Hampshire really.
Brian Shutt,
what's up?
Shout out Brian Shutt in the comments. He says the party ain't over until the ballots are counted, folks. Don't get your hopes too high, Bo Black.
It ain't about hopes, baby. It is about hope. Hope for that ass.
Deja said purge election night.
Purge.
It's going down, baby. 2020.
It's going down.
I read a post that said, what y'all wearing to tonight's Civil War?
Right?
Okay, well, we're waiting on Z. I know, Bo, you want to school us a little bit.
All right, here. Just run that PowerPoint. I got it.
Okay, let me get this popping.
Just
y'all know.
yeah.
Y'all know one thing I didn't notice. I noticed they don't have electoral colleges for the Caribbean. For Puerto Rico, they also don't have it.
They're
for
not
the Virgin.
They're not states.
Yeah, they're gonna have.
They are.
Congress.
No, they're not. They don't have full state. No, they don't. They're not recognized. Full state.
Well, that's why we're gonna break this down, y'all.
No, they're not full states. Puerto Rico is not a state.
They're territories.
They're territories. They don't get those rights.
No. Who's gonna look into that?
I mean, we don't have.
Let me look into.
Know that.
Go ahead, look into it. Yeah. Hey, no, you can go ahead. Skip through. We're gonna be. Huh?
Z gonna fact check it, Bo. You gonna walk us through the electoral?
Yeah, Bo.
Go ahead, baby. Cycle through that one. Take it to the Electoral College. Election coverage 2020. We got the Democrats versus the damn Republicans. We're gonna run over to the Electoral College and go through that real quick so we can see what you're talking about. All right. So this is your electoral map. For those of you who don't know, each state is assigned a certain amount of electoral votes depending on population center and all that jazz. So the race, the number that everybody pays attention to is 270. That is the majority. That's what you need to win. I believe the total number of electoral votes is 538, but you need a majority, which is 270 to win. So right now the race is on. What we got is Trump leading in Florida, Michigan, Georgia, Virginia, Kentucky. I haven't seen an updated electoral count since 9 o'clock, but a bunch of polls just closed. They're making another projection now. Of course, these are not surprises here. This is Jersey. Who cares?
One of the things that they were saying is that if Trump wins the same states that he did in 2016, that he wins this election. But
they are saying that.
Changed.
What I also heard was that he's also underperforming in the counties that he is winning. So even though he's winning counties, he's not performing strongly there.
Overall, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're reporting. That he's not over. He needs to overperform.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. He got to work. He most definitely got to work harder than he did last election.
So
right.
Run through these swing states, Bo.
Right. So let's do the swing states. Right now we got Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. Let's see. Michigan, Wisconsin. All of these cats right now up for grabs. Out of those, I believe, let's see, Florida is red. North Carolina is blue. Pennsylvania is blue. Michigan hasn't reported yet. Wisconsin hasn't reported yet. But these are the ones that can go either way with sizable electoral votes. And they can swing the election either way.
So
This is where we are right now with an updated vote count. And I'll update you on the electoral vote count as it stands at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Biden has 73. Trump has 48.
I thought Biden had 90 something. You sure?
What's what I'm looking at on CNN?
Okay,
CNN.
Cool. I thought
what
y'all got?
We Fox News.
What y'all got on Fox?
We just checking out Trump's side. You know, we want to see what the Trump folks is talking
about. Yeah, but what they saying?
They ain't saying too much. They just
yeah, because they know they losing.
We got those 2 states. That's how much we know.
They losing.
The percentages are very low.
He closed in on Florida, bro.
Of the balance.
Biden's gonna get Florida too. He closing in.
I think he's gonna pick it off, man. I do too.
Yeah.
I think Trump is gonna get Florida.
No,
of course you do.
When you look at from when they first started today, when the first votes came in, of course Trump. It was like 20. When I saw it, was like 20% of the votes that was in. Of course Trump was leading, but you know as the night progresses and they put more of those votes in, Biden is moving up. And they were saying that third party, I can't remember who that name was, but the third party that the swing votes are actually going to Biden. You know. And so it's looking like he's going to get Florida.
That's 29.
I experienced something different. I saw it with Biden on top for a while, and then Trump kind of catch up.
Yeah, Ohio and North Carolina. They worried about Ohio and North Carolina. They should be if they ain't.
Well, North Carolina electoral votes ain't that much, so they shouldn't be worried too much.
But 15 is significant when your ass is losing.
True.
All right, so if y'all tuning in, y'all watching, we watching elections 2020, we counting it down, baby. Nobody's really expressing who they for. I think the majority of the people are for Biden.
Well, what is it? And where's our comment section? Where they at?
I'm indifferent. The comment section is right here. OG Duddles, faithless electors. We got folks in there just chilling, trying to see what's what.
So what's everybody doing for the purge?
And we have a number in the description. So y'all use the number that's closest to your locale and give us a call. Chime on in. Tell us.
Yeah, call in.
Tell us your voting experience today.
Oh yeah. How was you guys? You guys
issues you had?
I had no issues, amazingly. No, there was no line. I walked right in. Boom. Vote out.
Well, I for the last couple of weeks, I've been pretty much running a team of canvassers that's, you know, going out and, you know, pretty much knocking on doors and influencing people to get out to vote. And so today, what I saw was early in the morning in Milwaukee, you know, the ballot machines that actually pulls the ballot in and counts the, you know, marks the ballot. Early in the morning, they were out of service. You know, at one particular district, you know, in one particular district. And, you know, so what they were doing was they were telling people, well, we're going to collect your ballots. And then once the machines are up running again, we're going to put them in for you.
Oh, hell no. They can't.
That's fraud.
That shit is crazy.
So I know the United States Postal Services had issued a sweep for people to go around and do a final sweep at all of the postal service agencies to make sure that they don't forget any ballots.
And then we was getting all kind of stuff, man. Like we got a call, and you know, they said that they were still in the early vote ballots from the post office at one of our post offices here in Milwaukee. Now I don't know how true that was, but it was, you know, it was different people saying it. You know, so I mean, we get all those types of calls that, you know, when it comes to
I mean, he tried to cancel 127,000 votes in Texas.
Yeah, yeah, he did, didn't he? He got smacked down by the Supreme Court too.
Yeah, and that's the reason why.
Good job.
See, they knew that these early ballots was going to be huge because of COVID.
Yeah,
a lot of people they want to vote early. Yeah, and so the battles that he's been trying to, you know, ensue with the post office, period. Yeah, you know, across the board shows that, you know, with them taking what is it? They had boxes, mail boxes that you specifically drop your ballots off to, and they were removing them throughout the country. You know, about a month ago.
And taking the sorting machines. Don't forget.
And cutting staff. Cutting staff
and
too.
cutting staff, right. He's on some bullshit.
Cut funding.
So
Funding to the
Judge Emmett G. Sullivan in Washington, D.C. directed law enforcement's arm of the Postal Service to inspect facilities in central Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Detroit, Atlanta, Houston, South Florida, Arizona, and a few other locations.
Yeah, that's the FBI. They real serious about that. They ain't playing.
That happened today.
Yeah. I think he kind of shot himself in the foot too, because all the people who oversees this whole process, are the same people who he was damning and firing and you know, talking real sleazy about from the beginning of his election. I mean, from the beginning of his presidency. And you know, we're talking about the FBI, you know, CIA, people, you know, people like that in those positions. Right. And now when you need them, it's like shit. They look for any reason that, you know, to get rid of them.
You don't play with those two people.
Nah, you don't.
If I'm looking at this, a real quick update.
Call in. Tell us your experience, your voting experience.
Pennsylvania. What you have for Pennsylvania? 20.
Yeah, you see that. All that was red in 2016. He won Pittsburgh. Hillary won Pittsburgh, but that was it. But that now we go to 2020. If he zooms back out, you'll see how blue it is. That whole, look at that. All that blue.
I don't know what to say about New York, because you know Kumo.
Let's
we already, they know, they don't even bother to come here, yo. They don't even bother to come to New York. They just blue.
We
New
got
York
a question
is blue.
in the back, y'all. They wanted
What's
to know,
up?
what do we say, or what do you all say to the people who think their votes don't count?
I don't say nothing to them.
Do what you gotta do.
We got a caller join us. We're gonna come back to this question. Hey, I like it. We got Mecca joining us. We're gonna let her connect right quick. Be like, Mecca, can you hear us? Mecca, can you hear us okay? You might have to adjust your volume maybe.
Make it. That's 82 to 17. She got to unmute herself? Or?
It doesn't look like she's muted because she's calling through the phone. Let me see.
Number one, that's the largest by number one. I mean,
while we getting that together, somewhere in Mecklenburg County. That sounds like a lot of white people, don't it?
It sounds like Wauwatosa. I'm sorry. No disrespect.
What?
No disrespect to Wauwatosa.
Are they making another projection here? Of course. Oh, look, he won 3 votes. Okay, Biden won Connecticut again.
Okay.
Keeping tallies. You guys keep keeping the tallies.
Electoral.
Hey, what's up, Meg?
So Connecticut, he got Connecticut already.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let her speak. Go ahead.
What state is that?
What's up, Meg?
Unmute yourself, Mecca. Unmute yourself.
I did, didn't I?
There you go. You all good.
What's up, Meg?
Nothing. These crackers down here in Texas they something.
Hello.
Now you really do.
Crackers something.
Tell us about your experience today, Mecca.
I was just gonna tell you, Black, they got me good today.
Yeah, what happened?
Start off by telling you, they broke in my car and stole my Wisconsin driver's license. So then COVID kicked in. So DMV gave me an appointment in June for October 27th to get my driver's license. Okay, mind you, when I went to get my license the other day, I had Mark to register me to vote, but I had already sent in a ballot in the beginning of October, right?
Right.
Way before this. So when I go to vote, the lady told me I wasn't registered. I said, well, how could that be? I mailed in and the driver's license place was supposed to do it as well. She said, well, you are registered. I said, oh, okay, but wait, kill game before we get to this. When I was at the DMV, you know, they got things that you got to have down here in Texas that they don't ask for in Wisconsin. You got to have a rental agreement, your birth certificate, your social security card, you know, and a rental agreement and a bill.
Your blood type.
And a bill saying that you live where you say. Listen, no. This is to get my driver's license. Just listen. So, my driver's license, I had everything on their criteria. Do you know that cracker told me I had to go back and get my W-2?
W-2, come on.
The motherfucking president didn't need a W-2 to run for office.
But low, it's 1040s.
See you over there eating baby food?
My pies.
I was happy I got up in there today.
Yo, Chris, that look like she had a little plastic spoon.
I was like,
she was trying to
look.
Oh, man.
People told me I needed my W-2, y'all. I called my big sister who worked for the SEC. I said, say, man, you ain't tell me I was going to have to show my W-2s and all kind of shit to get no driver's license. I could have went the fuck out for this.
Sign your life away.
Man, look, then they told my cousin that live in Houston, been there for a million and zillion and 1 years, that she was too late to register. How? When she already registered.
Right. Jerry,
So what's happening in Texas is votes are being suppressed, but in a different form.
Yeah.
Because I swear for God, y'all, I believe that my ballot for registration is still sitting in the mailbox on Meadowbrook.
I'm gonna tell you this though.
And they don't care.
I'm gonna tell you this though.
Sis,
at least y'all looking good down in Texas. And right now, Biden has 129 electoral votes, and Trump has 94.
Okay, come on, bring it up.
I don't know why we get these different numbers, bro, but okay.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm telling you, look different. That's what's on the screen right here, brother.
All right, Mecca, we gonna let you go, Mecca, so we can make room for other callers. But we appreciate you stopping in, sis.
Oh, damn. All right. Oh, there she goes. I thought she was like, all right, bye.
Say bye.
No, y'all
All right, sis.
Okay.
Hey, Mac, before you go, you still coming for Christmas?
Huh?
You still coming to New York for Christmas?
Probably.
Let me know, yo.
I will.
All right.
Bye-bye. See y'all later.
Bye.
Salaam alaikum.
That's Texas for you. Shenanigans.
All right. No, it's too early to call. But we got a whole bunch of we was joking about this in pre-production, but I wanted to let's talk about the so-called impending civil war or election night purge or
I feel
all
like
the different shit that we've been talking about and hearing and people making preparations for and all that shit. Like what y'all heard?
Who builds a wall around the White House with a gate?
He did several times.
I said that if Trump doesn't win, the Proud Boys may do a purge. Nah. They may grab
I believe they're gonna do it whether he win or lose anyway.
Well, today they were a little bit aggressive on the freeway. You know, a couple of Caucasians, and I'm like,
locking people and shit at the last moment.
Not aggressive.
What you gonna do? Hit me? That's not gonna change the decision.
Did you see the one white lady who had Black Lives Matter on her car, and
they tried to get her,
surrounded her?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and there was a fighter. They followed her. They chased her off. All that kind of shit.
Stalking her. Yeah.
Yeah. They had guns, everything for this one white lady who had a Black Lives Matter. It was somewhere in the South.
That's it.
Of course.
Yeah. I feel like it is the civil war.
Be careful down there in the South.
No, you see where I'm at.
What that mean? I don't see where you at. I see you in the kitchen.
I'm right here. I ain't going out there in them streets. I ain't going in them streets, y'all.
Don't go in them streets, girl.
Them streets is not looking good for brown folks right now.
long as you got your Gerber with you, you good.
But yo, this whole thing is crazy. Like, I can't believe this country. I mean, I have very low hope for this country. I have very low expectations for this country. But
we looking stupid.
I think we all do. I think at this point we all do.
Right?
And
but I never thought that this country.
It don't even matter the race. It don't even matter your background. I think everybody knows that this country is going I don't know, going to hell in a handbasket.
To hell? To hell? With gasoline in a
basket though.
Well, you know what's tragic, and this is where my Americana comes in. For me, what's tragic is what America on paper, as an idea, stands for. Yeah. What it stands for, not what it's been taken for. Right, a place where you can come and be nothing outside of a caste system. Hold on, Z. Hold on, Z. I'm talking about paper. I'm not talking about what we know to be true. Yeah. I'm talking about the idea. The idea that you can be whatever you want to be.
I agree.
Because you got a lot of places they come from, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't choose your religion. But if you want to choose your religion or not practice a religion, you're free to do that. Those ideas are sound and great and wonderful. But what have we turned it into?
Yeah.
A corporation. What are we now? Consumers.
It's always been a corporation, though, brother.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is that now we're complicit.
Yeah.
The American nightmare. It used to be a dream. Now it's a nightmare.
No, it was never a dream because dreams are pleasant. At some point, you gotta put them up the first time. There you go.
For some people.
Oh, I want to take this opportunity to say we have these election night parties or these huge coverage, and everybody gets all of this press for the national elections, and we neglect our local elections.
Right.
And we take these national elections take precedence because of the media hype, and we think that we're having an effect. Well, there's no electoral college in the local level. Your vote does count. And at the local level, it has a more direct impact on your day-to-day life. Mm-hmm. So the same fervor for which you came out for that national election, Bo and everybody on the spot, we all want you to get up out there for them local elections.
Yeah, your judges,
with that same fervor.
Attorneys, your comptrollers,
and hold them accountable.
Your sheriff, all that.
Everybody
have a direct influence on.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, and through that we can save our own communities. Yeah. Our votes matter. Yeah. We're disenfranchised because we don't participate.
Mm-hmm.
I said.
That is not to say that we're supposed to get whatever. What I'm saying is there's an aspect of our recovery that requires a political front. Yeah. And that political front is our votes right now.
But there's other elections.
I think we get politically pimped a lot,
Yeah, because we get politically pimped because we don't know the game.
Right.
You can't pimp a pimp. Pimp.
There was elections in April. Were we voting then?
No.
Huh?
There was elections in April. Were we voting then? Were we out there then?
I don't know.
But
there were elections.
It was so rampant that I think.
Oh, you're talking about the primaries. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We weren't paying attention to that.
No, we weren't.
Well,
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Ben?
A lot of people were, because especially in Wisconsin, because we were talking about the governors, and but COVID had a whole lot to do with fucking it up. And in Wisconsin, they narrowed it down from our normal amount of polling sites to like one.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
For like 1 million people or some shit like that. So at Washington High School, Washington High School.
Woo!
Washington High School around the entire block, the entire square block.
You can't even find parking over there.
No. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't vote. Because I was like, I'm not standing that line. I'm not standing that COVID line. And guess what happened?
But that's the point of it all.
Guess what we had? We had a spike in COVID cases after those elections.
Yeah.
That's the point of it all.
And you know what pisses me off the most?
What's that?
Is how not only, see, it's three things that we're talking about right now that's going on in this country that's pressing. It's COVID, it's this presidential election, and it's these race matters. And so the people who took part in the race matters, especially like sports teams, NBA especially, what did they promise? They said that they were going to use their sites as their arenas as polling sites. And
right.
Bucks was one of the Milwaukee Bucks were one of the first ones, if not the first one, who said they were going to do that. As a matter of fact, I think Milwaukee Bucks were the first ones who said they were going to do that. And at the last minute, well, we can't do it because of certain. No, yes, y'all could have, but now we can't do it. You know?
What's the count, G?
The Dems keep control of the House, expand their majority, I think it said.
We got the majority now?
Yeah, the House.
Oh, shoot. He got Florida. Florida looking like 50-something.
Not yet. He got Florida.
Polls
he got Florida.
In Iowa.
Okay.
He got Florida. He got Florida.
Posey got Florida.
Posey got Florida.
He got me. Look like no. Michigan is still up because it's only 18%.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Florida's 99.
Really?
It's only 18%. Virginia
got no water.
If y'all are watching, call. There's numbers in the description. Call based on your location. Closest location to you, give us a call. Join us. Tell us about your experience voting. Tell us why you voted. Tell us if you voted.
Tell us your opinion on the election. Your opinion, or if you didn't
your
vote.
Opinion on the election. And this American system that's pimping us.
Go ahead, G. You go ahead. Say something, girl. You got something on your chest.
What Wisconsin? Wisconsin? Did you get Wisconsin?
I wasn't going to vote.
No, it's only 3%. I put 4 up. Y'all saw that shit, right?
Okay.
3%.
Wisconsin is 3% in?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, part of my percentage is in that vote.
Mitch McConnell's back in. Damn it.
I know. We knew that. They wasn't gonna elect no woman.
I don't know. We watching Fox.
We watching Fox.
Fox don't give you the news.
I'm watching CNN. That's what I'm supposed to be watching the blue side.
What happened with Mitch McConnell, Bo?
He won.
Mitch the brother Harrison won.
Beat the brother.
He won?
Yep. Against that lady, I don't know her name.
It's the guy, Harrison.
Do y'all believe in the Constitution and this whole electoral process? Like really, truly believe?
On paper.
What do you mean believe?
On paper it sounds good.
I don't understand what you mean when you say believe.
It was cute before Trump got into office.
You believe it actually works the way that they say it does, and that all of this that we go through is actually real.
I think on
man, he'd have been gone. He'd have been gone. He can't even get a job outside of the office. Literally, if they pull a background check on him, he can't get no job.
Trump? You talking about Trump, Z?
Yes.
What?
Z,
but you could be president. I mean,
I can't back you on that one, baby.
No, I'm serious. If he tried to get a job in corporate America,
that's not a job. But sister, an elected position is not a job. It's you actually going out and campaigning and you convincing people to vote for you, regardless of your background and what you do and what you're about. You know.
That's kind of like saying I gave the HBCUs money, then I want to take it back. Then I want to take green cards from their immigrants so they can't vote in their food stamps, but I gave it to them. I mean, he plays the system. It's like whatever is popular that day. Oh, he's selling you that pipe dream. And that's what he's doing. And that's what he has been doing. I'm not saying Biden is the best person. Biden has a history of doing some poor things. He has made some poor decisions like Clinton did and Bush. And they said, you know what? I made some bad decisions.
Don't leave Obama out. Obama made bad decisions too.
Sure did.
Oh, yeah, President Obama too. But let's be honest.
I mean, we can go down the line of all presidents and just talk about how fucked up half of them, most of them are.
But shoot, right now, We in a whole pandemic. Folks got $1,200 to last from
Oh,
March.
just talk about that $1,200.
Tell us about the $1,200 thing. Tell us.
Hey, $1,200 is the new 40.
Right. $133 a month.
Folks on OnlyFans sitting up here trying to make ends meet. Get out of here. I ain't trying to hear that.
Well, I had written down some things that Trump had did, I think, a little bit. Y'all don't combat me and fight me all at once, okay?
Go ahead.
He did do some things.
He's lowered taxes. I don't know what that means. He's done prison reform. He signed
did do that.
a nuclear deal. He started the process of prison reform. I'm not sure if it's finished. He ended NAFTA, or at least that's one of the things that he wanted to do in this president, which I supported initially. I agree with the NAFTA thing. The unemployment is at its lowest rate, which was pre-COVID, for African Americans, for Latinos, for women, for it was a bunch of people. I was like, okay, all the minorities, we're working now. Regulatory relief for community banks and credit unions. He provided that. Affordable generic drugs for people, which caused some of the drug companies to freeze their price hikes.
Where you getting this information? What's your source?
He's instituted, I think I got this from Washington Post, but I have to double check.
I mean, that stuff is true.
He's instituted.
That's a valid source.
Hold on, I got two more. Let Trump get it. He's instituted the VA Act for mental health and other services for veterans, which I think is great. And he has created a 6th branch of armed forces, which will be the Space Force.
Space Force. Now, those things are true, but see, when you analyze those things, that's surface information. When you analyze those things, did it really help? So when you talk about employment and decreasing unemployment, well, what kinds of jobs? What kinds of jobs we saw increase in this country?
Right.
Retail.
Right. So they count as
jobs.
Plus,
DoorDash.
a lot from Obama.
And retail, where'd you get that from, Chris? Retail has been closing, so that doesn't even make sense to me.
Oh, no.
All of those stores that have closed down.
Oh, no. Amazon is huge right now.
What stores have closed down? What are we talking about now?
Those are service. I'm talking about all of the large retail stores that have closed in the last 2 years or so. You had like JCPenney.
Because everybody's moving to the internet.
I'm sorry. Let me say this.
Not everybody's moving to
I'm sorry. I should say entry level.
If they're not, they're gonna get left behind.
I should say entry level.
Amazon, you can drive. You can go work at Amazon. You can drive at Uber. It ain't
entry level jobs.
It's not retail.
None of these
but it's not jobs where you can go.
None of these jobs create wealth. None of these jobs create wealth.
Yes, exactly.
They maintain your level of poverty. That's what they do.
Exactly.
Cost of living
That's
in
what
New York is
entry level jobs. What I'm saying. You know.
Do you know?
When it comes to prison reform, he did have an initiative that released thousands of people.
Good job.
In jail for drug offenses, especially marijuana offenses. That's in different things too. I mean,
look, the sun shines on a dog's ass at least once in his life. I ain't impressed.
Can I put something in there? Mitt Romney sells weed now.
Huh? What's he?
Mitt Romney sells weed now. He's in the weed business.
Yeah, he's in the weed business.
They all cannabis strain.
He had no other choice but to hook up his boys.
The double standard is real.
Yeah.
What double standard?
The legalization of marijuana.
Yeah.
How you gonna go vote against marijuana? Did start a weed business?
Hey, I advise you all to watch a Netflix documentary called "Grass is Greener."
Okay.
It's about the history of marijuana in the United States, legislation, prohibition, culture, music. They got a lot of celebrities in it. Snoop is in it. Peter Tosh. A lot of people is in it. It's dope. What's your problem, Z?
You come to the Caribbean, ain't no weed problem. You come to America, Oh,
But this explains why. See, this is what I'm saying. The documentary shows you exact. It's not just.
It was a war against Mexicans. It was a war against Spanish people. That's the reason why they called it marijuana in the first place.
Yeah, war against the Mexicans. Yeah, they made it want to sound more Mexican.
Yeah.
It was more of a culture thing, more than money. See,
but what people don't realize is that
hence the wall.
Listen, sister, before the Industrial Revolution, it was law in America that if you had land, if you were a farmer, you had to grow hemp. You had to.
As they're smoking hemp in the back.
Because it was a major commodity, and back in those days they made a lot of stuff from marijuana, from cannabis. Period.
I know. Illegal drug farms.
I want to be like, pass that.
I'm gonna take me a break because I'm
but
salad.
But you know what the sad part is? You have Colorado where it's legal. They just brought CBD here in Texas. You could buy it. There's no THC. Yeah. It's starting to become rampant. And I understand that. It's kind of like weed is the new cotton.
No, weed is what cotton supplanted weed because they legislated hemp.
Well,
because
of hemp, they used it as a material a long time ago.
Yeah. But what do you mean is rampant, the CBD? It's like everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It just started. They must have passed the legislation. I went to Dollar General and you can get CBD oil.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not a drug.
I know it's not.
It's
but the sad part is that's how they start off.
No, it's not how it works. Marijuana is not a gateway drug. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
No, I'm not saying the gateway drug. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
My family's Rasta, so I know it's not a gateway drug.
It's not a gateway drug? Okay.
So it's not a gateway drug. It's a herb.
Oh, I know. I got some in the room.
I don't know. I want to know what kind you got. Dro, what? Reggie?
What was the birthday cake?
I know. I'll be around a lot of people.
Blue cookie, what?
But
blue cookie, that's what it is.
Blue cookie. Yeah, but people go to Colorado and it's like I can fly to Colorado and smoke weed and then come to Texas and I can't.
But that's where the states' rights comes in. Everybody says that's a states' rights issue. Yeah. The governors, they believe that's a states' rights issue. They should decide what happens in their state at that level. The government should be
possible when the federal government supersedes that and there's two different things there.
Well, that's what the Supreme Court is supposed to be for, to differentiate between that shit. Yo, you're gonna break your damn knuckle joints. Everything.
You go to let me tell you something. You fly into Illinois, guess what they showing you? Weed. That's the first thing you get off the ramp. And then you know when you get your weed in Illinois, you can't bring it to Wisconsin.
Nah.
So I gotta smoke my stuff before I hit the border.
All of it. That's not a problem.
It depends on who you driving with. That might be gone. Puff, puff, pass. I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm Dallas. What's everywhere in Dallas? Somebody chimed in. I don't know what they was referring to.
Everywhere in Dallas. So probably talking about the CBD.
The CBD.
I've vaped that. The CBD, I vaped it. Yo, it's real chill though. I mean, it's like, it's really even, like no high, no psychedelic effect or nothing like that. But it's really relaxed. You really feel relaxed, mellow, chill, without any psychological or psychedelic effects of any kind. It was really
versus,
dope. But we'd be like, woo, I revive.
I mean, to be honest with you, if it was a choice, because have you been to Texas before?
No.
Okay, you should probably come. But so you can get a daiquiri to go drink. And you know what I'm telling you? When you get that daiquiri to go, don't drink it until you get home.
Is that strong?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
But here's the question. Are you going to keep that tape on there when you get home?
And again, you have the same
No.
dynamics that
No, half this stuff is, I swear, every state has their own law. Nothing's universal. It's not universal, and it's crazy because once I flew into Wisconsin, because I haven't been back to Wisconsin in a while. When I went to Illinois, and my first thing was like weed. You could pick up weed at the airport. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
But then Wisconsin is telling me don't bring it over the border. But I'm about 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes away from your border. So what am I supposed to do?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I've been flying with weed in my shit for years, honey, before it was legal. And I get it through. I don't get sweated. I don't get nothing. When I go to Vegas, I go to the dispensary. I bring that shit back. I wish a mother would, and Cali as well. But I pack my shit.
But those the best one. Okay. Oh yeah, right.
Oh, you got you got one of them bags? You got to get one of them bags. The weed.
Yeah.
It's like a vacuum seal with the. Excuse me. Put the weed in and it covers all of the scent.
They ain't checking for it like they did in the 90s. You know, they ain't tripping.
Yo, you know, even here in New York, we be walking down the street smoking this shit right in front of the cops. They don't even say nothing.
The cop wants some of that shit. You know what I mean?
Literally, let me puff pass.
Nigga, get your own shit. I don't smoke with pigs. God,
okay, Bo. Provide and protect.
What's it look like over there, Bo? What's it looking like? Let me read.
Okay. You got 89 electoral votes. 89 electoral votes for Biden and 54 for Trump over here. But gee, I know Fox is reporting different numbers. What you got behind you?
Yeah, what's Fox doing? Battleground.
That's it right now.
My shit say commercial break in progress. That's that fire.
Hey, pull yours up, Bo. You got battleground states. Battleground. So we got NC. Well, the same ones you talked about. OH. The same ones you talked about. The same ones.
Yeah. Same ones. We got Ohio's bleeding. Ooh, that's close. 49.5 to 49.2 is 60% of the.
So what time is it in Ohio?
Ohio is. Oh, I don't know.
Let me check.
I think it's an hour behind. I think they're behind us an hour.
So that's why it's too early to call.
Okay, well, according to, I'm looking at you, G. I see you. Let me run that back a little bit. 131 to 92.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, I was mute, y'all. Ohio is Eastern time.
So they should be in. Why are they having...
Yeah, Ohio's Eastern.
Well, why are they having a issue calculating? Well...
So it's not, what is that? Wait, hold on. Joe Biden, 130.
What's up?
Trump, 92. It's looking good, electorally, right?
Yeah, electorally. Yeah.
Electorally. That's how it's supposed to go, right?
Yeah. But look at these numbers.
What they saying on Fox.
Why you saying
But look at this.
Why you saying like that? You say yeah, that's how it's supposed to go.
As you never know with these motherfuckers, man.
Trump won Virginia.
I mean, that was a given. We knew that.
Fucking Virginia. That's like I would be surprised if Biden wins West Virginia.
It's country, nobody hear it.
I just want to take a minute to appreciate the chocolate intelligent sister that they got on TV here.
Oh my God.
Being a pundit and everything, and she's looking good and
good.
all that good stuff. I just want to big up the sister real quick. Look at
Big up.
I don't
They never
understand.
show her name. I'm waiting for her name. I don't know her name.
They probably not gonna show her. They gonna show Becky with the good hair, but
But that ain't good hair though. She look like the Karen mask for Halloween.
Man,
yes.
so boring over here.
Really?
Y'all hear Chris? He like Fox is boring over here. Y'all got CNN. Y'all cracking.
You know, CNN be
Yo,
like,
look at that dude.
You know
You
who
should
black
be
woman
cracking
is?
on that dude on the screen right there. You
Our
should be
black woman
cracking on
is
his ass.
oh my God.
There you go. That was a crack right there. Y'all just say, look at that Johnson.
Yeah, he gonna pull it out. He did pull it out.
Why they got Michigan on blue?
I told y'all
Ooh.
Trump was gonna win Florida. Y'all didn't believe me.
You said what?
I told
think she
y'all Trump
froze.
was gonna win Florida. Y'all
No.
She'll be back. Don't worry about it. We got it.
Okay. So Michigan may go red or stay red.
I didn't count those black districts. Like they always hold them for the last. those
And we
impoverished
froze.
districts.
Why we froze? We just froze up, y'all.